I was doing some in-game planning for the future and organization, and I thought it would make a good video. Maybe open up some discussion on the subject. All right, so what I'm working on right now is trying to get good candidates for all the mega evolutions. Looking at my inventory, and if I don't have anything good, then I'll try to do some trades or seek them out and see if I can't get a better option. So the idea here is that since mega evolutions have a high upfront cost, which varies depending on the evolution itself or the Pokemon itself, but after that, each subsequent evolution doesn't cost as much, then the best idea would be to get one Pokemon and just set that as your go-to default evolution for that particular Pokemon. So let's have a look at what I've got going on so far. I'm going to go to number. So for Venusaur, I did get lucky. Recently, Kulon was a Bulbasaur nest, and I managed to get this 98%, which is pretty high level 35 already. And I also managed to get this 100. And I'm kind of favoring the 98% to be my go-to, since it wouldn't cost that much to max out. Obviously, for either of those, I'd have to wait for the community day to bring back Frenzy Plant, because I definitely want Mega Venusaur to have Frenzy Plant. So two options there, favoring the 98. And then for Charizard, I'm in a similar situation. My best one is this shiny that was traded to me by Wilson, so 96%. That's pretty good. I've been powering it up a little bit here and there. Not in any big rush, since we're waiting for a community day. Now, Charizard has two Mega Evolutions. It has X and Y, where X is a Fire and Dragon type, and Y is a Fire and Flying type. So I'm thinking that the best idea would be to have two different ones, one for X and one for Y, where the X would probably have Dragon moves. There's a Dragon Fast move on the next community day. So once it's an exclusive move, you wouldn't be able to just switch back and forth on it. So I'm definitely thinking this one for Charizard Y, since Charizard X looks good when it's not shiny. I wouldn't want to use the shiny for that one. So I'm thinking that that one would be my fire moves. So I'm curious about how flying moves would do. So I have this one as well, this Purified 98, which would probably be pretty good for X. It's short 1 point on the attack, but I think that one's probably going to be solid for PvP, since it has Dragon Breath as the dragon move. And I do have this 96% that would require, since it's already evolved, it would require an Elite TM. So I'll have to consider those. Blastoise, I'm doing a little bit better than either of the other ones, because I do already have evolved one up with the Community Day move. I caught this on the Community Day, named after my friend's son Jordan, because it was his birthday we were hanging out at during Community Day. So that one is ready to rock. I also am doing quite well on Beedrill, and I've already done this Mega Evolution. So I managed to catch the 100 during the Community Day, which a lot of people in the area have caught 100s on the Community Day, even though we were all playing from home or different locations. So it seemed like it was pretty common in our area. It was definitely a weather-boosted day. So I went ahead and maxed this out. I don't know if it's actually worth the trouble of maxing out, but I did it anyway. I thought it was kind of a fun thing to do. And then after that, well, I just blew right past it because it's Pidgeot. So Mega Pidgeot would be the fifth one. I don't like my options as much here. I have a couple of 96s that aren't evolved up. So maybe if they ever gave it an exclusive move, I'd have those sitting there. I know that somebody said that it has a legacy move that gives it the best flying set that you would need to make it a high flying type. I think someone said it might be the best flying type. So that's definitely a possibility. I think this is the bad 98. No, actually, it's a good 98. Okay. So, but it's also very low level. I noticed that all my Pidgeots are pretty low level, because this one's a good 98 too. but it's pretty low level. So if I actually want to do anything with Pidgeys, I'd have to invest some actual resources in it. Do you have that shiny? I could, if it's actually worthwhile, maybe it would be good to do an exclusive trade and try to see how good the shiny would turn out. Don't really know much about what shiny Pidgeot looks like, or a mega shiny Pidgeot. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at. The 6th one is Alakazam. So we're looking for Alakazam, and then Slowbro. Stop that. Okay, got a little lagged up there. Seems like I would know where it is. Okay, so my best Alakazam is this one I maxed out. It's only an 84%, but I was using it in raids before Mewtwo became very prevalent, when I only had 1 or 2 Mewtwo's to work with, so it could fill out my team. And it's sort of been retired since then. But I do have this one, which is very low level, but lucky. Looks like I was waiting for the exclusive moves to come back on that one. It's pretty solid in terms of IVs. This one's another 98. This one's level 20 and not lucky. So they would definitely take some investments, but Mega Alakazam looks pretty cool. I could see that being worthwhile. I'd like to see how it compares to some of the other psychic types. Obviously, I'm pretty willing to bet money that the Mega Mewtwo is where it's at when it comes to psychic types. Oh, I think I must have skipped Slowbro then, because how did I get all the way down to Gengar? Alright, looks like we're talking about Gengar. So, or maybe they're in the wrong order over there. So for Gengar, I have a lot of shinies that I saved just to try to trade them on the occasion to see if it would go lucky. I have some really good options. I have this Max 98 that I was able to TM over to Shadow Claw once it became Unlegacy. And I have 100 that's not maxed out yet that has the Community Day move. Right? Shadow Punch. No second move yet. And I also have a maxed out Lick, which is this 93. So those are all options, but I really, 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 really want a good shiny because Mega Gengar turns white and it looks so cool. So I'll probably end up waiting to try to get that Mega shiny Gengar. So somehow I managed to skip Slowbro this time. So I need to do Slowbro, Kangaskhan, and Pinsir. So let's look up Slowbro real quick. So Slowpoke, Slowbro. So I was looking at this earlier, and my Slowbros aren't that good. And then 93s, couple different distributions for it. It's okay. I don't know how good this one is. I did notice it looks like I put my best so far IV into a Slowking, not knowing that Slowbro has the Mega. None of mine are very high. Like this is my biggest one. It's a level 20. So none of them are big at all. They look like they're mostly from research. So not hopefully that one's not too good because I'd be in a bad place. But then again, they still have to release the shiny for this. So maybe when that shiny's out there, there'll be a lot of them spawning around. And then we can have a look at that. So let's have a go at Pinsir. So Pinsir, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. I did purify this 100 before. Well, I think this was one that wasn't even. I actually had a better one that was Shadow, and then purifying this one. So you have shiny, and I have a shiny Shadow 96 there. So purifying this one, it wasn't as good as that one, so I didn't feel bad about purifying it to a 100. But I'm still leaning towards this shiny 89, even though it's only an 89, it's shiny. So a couple options there. Might be interesting to build a bug type team and have a Mega, a shiny, and a Shadow. Have to work on powering that up. So it said Kangaskhan. So it looks like my best is a 96. I think before when I was looking at this one was called a 98, but it's pretty clearly a 96 there. 96 with a couple different distributions. All hatched from eggs because I've never been to Australia. Definitely not maxed out. They're all level 20 still, that's right, because they've all been hatched from eggs. Oh man, I need to distance trade that for some candy. I'll have to remember that one. So this one's an 89, but I think I'm just holding it because it's my lucky representative. That would probably be good for PvP. So I don't really know about Kangaskhan. Obviously, I don't have a shiny. 96 seems pretty decent, though. I'd probably favor like this one. Depending on the moveset. So what are we looking at next? So we've seen Pinsir, we've seen Gengar. Oh yes, Gyarados. Tempted to do the Aerodactyl first because Gyarados is so good. Let's see where I'm at on Aerodactyl. I never felt that good on Aerodactyl. This is when I maxed out, though. It was a lucky trade. It was a friend of Eleanor's I had a lucky trade with, and he wanted a Mewtwo, and he didn't really have much to trade for it. So I said, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind having a lucky Aerodactyl. It turned out okay, so I maxed it out. So that's sort of a fun one. Doesn't have the second move yet. But it might be interesting to see what the Mega Aerodactyl would do as a rock type attacker, since it does have double rock moves now. I do have a shiny. Rock Throw, Rock Slide as well. So I might need to consider, depending on how good that looks. So here's a 98. Is that the bad 98? No, it's actually really good. So, 1900. Very low level, though. This is the bad 98. Very low level. I don't think it'd be worth powering it up. I'll probably just go with that one. Or the shiny if I manage to trade it to someone and get a good one. Alright, so we'll go with Gyarados. Okay. Alright, so I have a couple hundreds. As I pure defied this one before we knew that Shadow would be anything good. So I kind of do wish, I don't remember what the IVs were before, but I kind of do wish I had it not purified and had a Shadow Gyarados still. But they're around. I've definitely faced one. Just a couple days ago I faced an all Magikarp Rocket Boss. So we'll see if I can get a good one there. On 100, but this is way down at level 15, so I'd probably favor this 98 that's maxed out, or the shiny 96, which I've been working on as a best buddy too. So I will probably go ahead and try to... Gyarados has a lot of different moves, so I'll probably try to set it to different moves. I think the Mega picks up a dark typing, if I remember right. So it would be worthwhile to have one with water moves and one with dark moves, probably that direction. Because Aqua Tail, though, is the exclusive move, though. So maybe I should do that one dark and this one water, because it could have 3 different water moves. I think Aqua Tail is PvP. So if you're using it in PvP, might want a variety of moves. I think that's why this one has such a variety of moves. Because I was thinking about it from a PvP perspective. But feeling good on Gyarados. So that leaves Mewtwo as the last Kanto. So doing pretty good. So I have this Hunter Mewtwo, and I did... This one I caught when you couldn't get Psystrike or Shadow Ball. So I did TM it over. So I have a maxed Hundo Psystrike. And then this one is my Shadow Ball, which was Flamethrower because we were fighting... fighting with that? Genesect, maybe? I want to say Genesect. And then I have the shiny and another shiny. So this shiny has the second move. There's definitely some options. It'll be interesting to see what the different Mewtwo's can do. I definitely have this one. I was thinking about if the Elite TMs become more common, I might add this one to the team, spend an Elite TM on it, because I had been powering it up before Psystrike came out, and then Psystrike came out, and I was like, all right, I'm going to stop investing in you, even if you are a lucky 93 with 15 attack. So, and that's my backup Shadow Ball, which is also a 15 attack, so I haven't maxed that one out yet either. But maybe as those become more common, but then they'll probably drop Mewtwo. I always think they're going to drop Mewtwo, and then they're going to drop it with another exclusive move, and it'll have even more exclusive moves, and there'll be exclusive moves on top of the exclusive moves. You'll need more maxed out Mewtwo's to account for all the... Oh man, I missed an invite? Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's definitely what I wanted. Okay, so next we're looking at Ampharos. So let's go to Johto, because I don't want to just look at Ampharos. I want to look at... Let's do... Maybe I can cut it down a little bit. Whoops. And... like that. Boom. Let's get right to it. Okay. So, this one is my best, probably. I'm willing to bet that Ampharos will be a good PvP mon if they let Megas into PvP, and that's where this would be. Then I definitely want that Community Day move to get the Dragon move, since it becomes Dragon and Electric. But I really like this guy. That's my best Shadow I've gotten so far. But of course, that can't Mega. So I definitely wouldn't want to Purify it when it's a 98. Like, that's already so good. I don't think it would be way worse to Purify it, but that one could be... I can't think of a reason why you'd want a team of Ampharos. I mean, that'd be cool if you needed a team of Ampharos, maybe someday. But definitely for any other Pokemon, if you're talking about something like a Metagross and you'd have a whole team of them, you'd want a Shadow that's a 98, and then you'd want to Mega something else instead of Purifying it. This one's pretty decent. Pretty decent. But I probably won't need... Oh, that one's pretty decent. Ooh, this one's already level 30. I like that. I like that. Oh, man. Yeah. That's tempting. So if it's better in raids, I'd probably want this one with 15 attack. And if it's better for PvP, I'd probably want this one as my Mega. Yeah, it looks really solid. But my evolved ones, even when there was a Community Day, not that impressive. Not that impressive. I've got quite a few because I like Ampharos, but here's a Dragon Pulse one, just an 87. I think the shiny one, nope. Even the shiny one doesn't have the move. I think I only have one Dragon Pulse. So I'm going to need the Community Day to come back first. Oops, okay. Oh man, how do I keep missing all these? Wish you would tell me while I was in there. I could exit out. Alright. Ooh. Let's talk about Houndoom. That's another Johto Pokemon. So, Houndoom is one of the ones I've been working on best buddying. It has the Mega coming out very soon, so I probably won't even be best yet with that unless the event... They did say that the event would double the effects of the Poffin, so we'll see how that goes. So this one is a max to 96% shiny. So it is definitely my Houndoom of choice. So I've always liked Houndoom. I mean, it's obviously not the best dark type, but I had them on my team for battling Mewtwo back in the day when I didn't have that many Tyranitars before Tyranitar was a thing. So I have a few that were powered up reasonably high just to fill out the team until I started to get more Tyranitars and Absol and Darkrai and all that other stuff that came out and usurped it. But now the Mega comes out and maybe it'll be pretty decent again. It can step up, but very nice. So that one's definitely my go-to for Mega Houndoom. Still need to add a second attack to it. We'll see how good it is, though. I'm willing to bet that they released that one before Tyranitar, because the Tyranitar will probably be even better. Steelix. So, Steelix is pretty straightforward. I do have... Let's look up Onix real quick. Oh, I don't have a shiny Onix. Well, I guess I'm wrong. I thought I had a shiny Onix. Must be Eleanor that has all the shiny Onixes. So I do have a Hundo. So that'll be my go-to for that. I haven't added a second move or powered it up. I used this early on as a Great League Pokemon, and I've found things that are way, way better since then. But I had the idea, I do that a lot, where I'll power it up for Great League, and then when I find something better for Great League, I'll power this one up to Ultra League, and then I'll power it up for Master League. So even though it's not the best IVs for Great League, it was kind of nice to be able to try it out and just get a feel for how the Pokemon works before investing in lots of things. And I can always max it out, and then it'll be a decent Mega. A decent Mega, but it's not lucky, so it's going to cost a bit. So we'll have to see how people say it actually does. The next one I'm going to look at is Scizor. Now, I know my best Scizors are evolved. So I have the 93 that I maxed out, and I used to use this back in the day when you'd have Mewtwo raids. You had to worry about Focus Blast, which you didn't want to use Dark against. So I always had my Scizor and my Pinsir and my Gengar and my Dark moves Gyarados back in the day. And then this one was been a weather boosted raid, 96%. So I have to really consider maxing that one out to be my Mega. So nice. I mean, I guess it's only a one step up from the 93 though. But and then you never know, like as soon as I max out the 96, I'll be like pulling 100. So that would be nice. It would be nice to finally get the shiny of that and try to trade someone for it to get a better one. But I do not have the shiny for Scyther or Scizor. Alright, that brings us to Heracross. Although I've only ever gotten one Heracross and it was traded for, it is a beauty. Oh, that's funny that it says AH here and it's not AH, it's HD. It's funny, I must have named it before we got the in-game ratings and I was using a different program to do it. Because sometimes I find out, oh no, all the time I thought this was something and then it's something totally different. Well, that's not nearly as interesting. Well, I guess considering it's my only Heracross, beggars can't be choosers. But this is one I've also been working on buddying. It's not best buddy yet, but it's working on it. So what are we looking at? Is it just Tyranitar left for this generation? Yes, Tyranitar is the only thing we haven't looked at for Johto. So I'm definitely going to be looking at the Tyranitars. All my candidates are evolved, so I do have two maxed out. This is my max Dark type. It's a 96. It's pretty decent. And here's just a 91, but it was my best Rock type when the Community Day came out. He's pretty fainted all of a sudden. So that's two maxed out already. And then my shiny, my best shiny, is not that good of IVs. And at the time that the Community Day came out, Lucky Trading wasn't a thing yet, so I was just sort of fine with it's pretty good IVs, fine with that. Throw it some raid battles, have fun. Now it's probably time to trade it to someone and see if we can improve. I'm sure, because that's below the minimal threshold, so it would be nice to trade with someone and see if I can get a better shiny to play around with in the Mega. This one is a 98 that I had been working on powering up very slowly. Although so many things have gotten ahead of Tyranitar for the Dark typing. I already have 3 maxed out Darkrai's, so it kind of lost favor unless I was just on a whim. Throw some Stardust at it. But I could very well finish pushing that all the way up now that Megas are a thing. And then I do have 100, which the 100 I saved for the December community days when you can get this exclusive moves. So with Tyranitar, I think it's definitely the case that you'll want 2 of them. Smackdown, its exclusive move is, it can't be gotten with a regular TM. You need to either evolve it on a community day or get an elite TM. So if you're trying to use Tyranitar from a rock type, it needs to have these moves. And if it's dark type, you're not going to be able to TM back and forth. You're going to have one for each for the Mega. So, I mean, that's assuming that it's good from both the dark type and the rock type. But I'm pretty sure that Tyranitar will be because it's so good. Yeah, I know all about CIP. Thanks. Are they messing with me? Okay. So, Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, and Gardevoir. We're on to Hoenn. Oh, you know what? I can just do this. Way better. Okay. So I've got that 96 Trico hanging out in case it gets another move. But right now, this is my boy right here. Maxed out, Frenzy Plant, second move, Lucky, good to go on Sceptile. I mean, they could always come up with another move to give it on a second community day that I'd want for a Mega. Maybe a Dragon move. That'd be cool because I think it picks up the Dragon typing when it's Mega. So this one is one I'm working on as a best buddy right now. For Blaziken, I think I'm going to want one that is fighting type as a Mega and one that's fire type. So I really like my fire types with all 3 moves, Blaze Kick and Blast Burn. So I could definitely, even though my best 198 does not have the exclusive move, I think it's going to be, as a fighting type, I would be using this one, and as a fire type, I'd probably be using this one, although I think at this point, yeah, that's right. So I have this one that has even better IVs. So I'll probably, at the next community day, evolve that one up to be a fire type. And then I potentially have another option for a fire type Mega Blaziken. And that gets us to Swampert. So for Swampert, it's my boy right here. Been working on best buddying this one as well. Maxed out with the extra move. Obviously, he's running Mudshot right now because he's good in PvP. We'll see what the Mega needs, but the exclusive moves, the Hydro Cannon, that's the only one that can't be TM'd away. Or shouldn't be TM'd away. So good to go there. Good to go there. So let's go with... Well, you know what? I think I just want to scroll so we can look, because we need to look at Gardevoir, and we also need to look at... so I have a few shinies that I could mess around with. I do have a 91% shiny, which has the exclusive move. So that's fun. And this is my best maxed out one, which is also a best buddy. So that's definitely my top candidate for Gardevoir. But I also have this 98, which I purified before Shadow started being good. Still, I think it looks really cool as it purified, and I'm still going to keep grinding the Ralts to find a good Shadow one anyway, so I'll get one of each. Not too worried about that. No FOMO in this case. It's pretty slick. And that one is also maxed out, but it isn't best buddied because I was already working on best buddying this one well before. Actually, I think with that one, I just didn't realize that because it sort of files it way down here at the bottom when it's purified instead of putting it up there with the other maxed out Gardevoirs. I think I was thinking that one was my best one when I started best buddying it, and totally forgot about this one, which wasn't maxed out at the time either. So that is where we're at. So I'm going to skip, even though I'm working on Hoenn, I'm going to go ahead and skip to, oh, and then I totally forgot what he was called. All right. well, I guess I'm not going to skip ahead if I don't know what he's called. So Gardevoir is the last on the first page, so we're halfway through the megas. Wait a minute. Oh, it skipped me down. All I need to do is close that out and return to where I was on the list here. There we go. All right. I wanted to talk about Galad. Even though it's out of gen, but because it's connected to Gardevoir. Okay, so here's my best to Galad. I haven't maxed it out yet, and it's a Hundo Lucky. So I got a lucky trade with the Hundo, and your first thought would probably be to make that a Gardevoir. Gardevoir is better in Pokemon Go, but I favored this because it's a male, and the likelihood is if I get another Hundo, if it's male or female, it could become a Gardevoir, but if it's a female, to become a Galad, it has to be a male. So I definitely went that direction here. It has the exclusive move for now. I would need to power this up. I would need to add a second move. We'll see how it is for a Mega. So I need to look at Mawile, Aggron, and Sableye. Let's look at Sableye first. Okay. So Sableye, I have this one I maxed out. It's only a 96. I do have a 98, but this one was a lot closer. So I favored that one for maxing out. This one is such a low level, it would have cost a ton of Stardust to max it out. So losing those points isn't too bad. Here's a Shadow, but obviously Shadow can't be Mega'd, so this is my favorite one. I do plan on getting Shiny, though, so if I get a good Shiny, then I might have to consider the Shiny over the maxed out one. But maxing out two of them is a bit much, so that's a tough one. I would love to. I'm going to check these real quick. Man, I do have Shiny Tangela, but that doesn't make it. Okay, so let's go back to Hell. Okay. So we need to go to Aggron. Thought he wasn't too deep. There's Mawile. So Mawile can be next. I have a 98. That's pretty good. I think the higher ones... I haven't ever powered up a Mawile, so I think these higher ones are just from a weather-boosted raid. It would be fun to do an even trade Shiny for Shiny and see if I can get a slightly better one there. But other than that, it's definitely going to be this 98 that I'm favoring for the Mawiles. Assuming that I'm not interested in it from a PV side. And that brings us to Aggron. So plenty of Shiny options. I could consider doing a Shiny trade. Boy, they really want to talk to me, don't they? And I have a Hundo. But boy, is that tiny level. Oh, man. This thing would have to be really stellar for me to bother. I mean, it's Aggron. That Mega Aggron has got to do. From Steel typing, it's got to overtake Metagross. I doubt it. From a Rock typing, it's got to overcome Tyranitar. I doubt that too. Come now, Aggron. Here's a 98. I have tons of 98s of this guy, though. 2500. Haven't powered him up at all so that it would stop recommending them. This is the highest one. Level 25. Silly Aggron. So for Meditite, we have a maxed out Shiny. Not the best IVs, but I maxed it out anyway for PvP. And I still think this one will be a PvP mon either way. It's still going to be a PvP mon. Maybe if it megas, it'll be in the range of Ultra League instead of Great League, since you evolve before going into the battle. So that'd be interesting to use it in Ultra League. I haven't tried the Best Buddy or anything. I do have better IV ones like this one, but boy, that's going to cost a bit to power up. I don't know. This one's shiny. I went with shiny. That tells you everything you need to know about me. We need to think about Manectric, Sharpedo, and Camerupt. See, this is where it gets weird because I wasn't thinking about... Well, here's my Sharpedos. Sharpedo is such a glass cannon. That's not that good. That's not that good. That's not that good. Okay, level 20. There's a hundo. Alright, so this one is both my best IV one and my highest level one, I think. I think I've been sitting on that one just because it was a high catch, even though it's not that good of IVs. And I think, if ever somebody said, we need a Sharpedo for this specific reason, at least it's there and I don't have to power it up. But that 100 is probably the way to go for the Mega. Although it would be interesting to see how it looks as a shiny. It looks like I had a bunch of shinies from when they had that day. And I traded them between the accounts to try to get a better one. Oh, not doing pretty good on Camerupt, am I? So there's one that's already pretty high level. Here is let's take a look. Oh, that's actually quite good. So this one would probably be the one to go with. So that's only a level 20, though. But IV-wise, that one's the best. If Camerupt, for some reason, was actually a good Mega to have, which I somehow doubt. So, I didn't see Manectric. I need to see Altaria and Shuppet. So here's Altaria. I have a 98. It's only level 20. There's another 98 that's probably around the same level. Yeah, but they're identical. But this one I would love to trade somebody for it. Seems like every time I bring it up, people are like, nah, Swablu, I don't care, whatever. Sometime I've got to trade somebody on that and see if I can get a decent shiny one, because it definitely looks totally different as a shiny and a regular. Then we'll see which one is better. So where's that Shuppet? Somehow we passed a Manectric. It's pretty far down, huh? Wait. All right, I'm going to have to search for it because we're already at Metagross. How did I manage to find... I managed to pass Salamence too, did I? Okay, so here's my army of Metagross. This is my... No, that's not my best one. It's this one. This is my best one. Although they're all maxed out since I gave this one the second move. That one's the one that's... Oh, wait. Yeah, this one's the best buddy. So the shiny is the best buddy. I probably need to work on best buddying this one that I actually gave the second move to. Talk about splitting your resources. For Salamence, I don't think I've got that good of options. Here's a 91 that I maxed out with the extra move. So that's my best so far. That one's the bad 98, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I do have this 93. I don't even think that's as much of a step up that it would be worth maxing out another one. Unless they gave it a different move. I'll probably just sit on that one in case they give it like flying type moves or something. You know what? I'll write, Hoenn and Electric to try to find that one. Yes. Okay. So, I have a hundo. It's very low level. How high is this one? This one's only level 25. So, not doing... Ooh, and... Well, hopefully it's a PvP on then, because so far my best one is leaning more toward the PvP IVs. Not much to show there. Who would have thought? I always liked Electrike, but not the evolution. Right, so we saw the Sableye. Here we go. So I have a shiny. It would be cool to trade somebody that and see if we can get good ones. I like the look of the shiny Banette. Ooh, 98. Actually, yeah. maybe don't need to bother. This one's pretty nice. If this is worth doing, if the Bennett is worth having a mega of, this is probably the one to go with. That's pretty good already. That one's not even much higher, and it's not as good of IVs. So what am I looking for? Okay, so now I'm in the Latios and Latias, and then the Weather Trio, and then that's it for Hoenn. So Latias apparently files above Latios this time. So I have a 98. Haven't done anything with it. It's just there because it's Latias. Have a shiny that doesn't have that good of IVs. Might be interesting to trade that one. But for Latios, I have the Max Tundo. So that one's already decided. But I haven't actually messed around with buddying that one. I've always really loved this Pokemon. And I always want to spend the dust to add a second move or best buddy it. And I can't really justify it because it's always farther down the list. I guess it's the second best psychic attacker right now, but we'll see how the Mega does. So that might be worthwhile to go at it from that direction, but it's pretty far down the dragon list. So as much as I like it, and the Mega barely looks different. Let's look at Kyogre. That's funny. All right, this is my one. Best buddy, 98%, good enough. Eleanor has a hundo. Doesn't have a second move. I've never used this one in PvP. Faced them all the time, but I haven't gone ahead and used that. Groudon, on the other hand. Whoops. Can't even spell Groudon. So funny. This one, 100%. Fire Punch, Earthquake, Mudshot. This is my boy. This is what it's all about. Love this guy. Love this guy. And I actually do have a hundo for that too. But since I'd already maxed out the 98, I didn't bother. And I used an Elite Charge TM to give him the Fire Punch because my Fire Punch, it's crazy low level. So the Elite TM is a lot cheaper. As rare as those are, it's still a lot cheaper than all that dust to bring this up. And it isn't that good of IVs anyway. So I'm all about that one. But I actually got a really amazing shiny off of Tien too. So, man. Yeah, I hope that's a pretty amazing Mega. I don't feel like I'm doing as good on Rayquaza as I am on the other two, though. Let's see here. I do have this 98. Maybe that's the excuse I need to max out the 98. I think from the last time he came around. And before that, my best maxed out was this 91. I've never managed to get 15 attack on the shiny, and I think I've traded for 6 of them. I think I've gotten 6 from raids, shinies, and I've traded them 6 times, and it's never had 15 attacks. So, man, shiny Rayquaza. Next time Rayquaza comes back, I'm gonna keep raiding some more. Just try to get him, and probably continuing to fail at it. Let's take a look at. So it says Lopunny. Never look twice at these. Oh, I've got good IV ones, though. Looks like they're probably both hatches. So if that turns out to be good, it's not too bad. Garchomp. Now I have this one maxed out, which I did for fun. But I actually, one of the reasons I wasn't too worried about maxing out this one, this is the first one I did. I got this one on a trade, and it's not that good of IVs. But I powered it up just because I love Garchomp, and I wanted to use it in some raids. And at the time, that was right when Raikou had its raid day. So I got to run around showing off, being the only person with a Garchomp in the raids. But this one maxed out, no issue. Best buddy, because after GoFest, I have plenty of options on Gible. Let's see. I have another 89. I have a 91. Thought I had a 96. Maybe that's on the owner's account. That 96 isn't that good. Unless I've already made it a Gabite. Nope, I did not. Okay. Well, looks like I could trade for a few. See if I can get a really, really amazing one for when they eventually have a Gible Community Day. 290, 391s, 491s, 298, 89s. This one is missing the attack. More of a PvP IVs. And wonder how I can silence that thread. Lucario, Abomasnow. Well, Abomasnow, I know exactly what I want to do with that. Let's take a look at Lucario. Thought I was doing a little bit better on that one than I am, but Lucario, 100% maxed out, second move. Done deal. And best bud. No, but I best buddied the other one. So that is tricky. So this one, I actually evolved it before it had Aura Sphere, so it was not even worth powering up at the time. So where everyone says, hell, definitely add a second move as a baby, I was like, I'm not going to do that. It's not even worth powering up. It's not going to get used for anything. And then they gave it Aura Sphere. I was like, oh, these guys. And then as soon as I best buddied it, this is the first thing I best buddied. As soon as I best buddied it, I get the hundo. So, hilarious. That's how you get a hundo. You best buddy a different one. Max out and best buddy a totally different one. And all of a sudden they'll drop you a hundo. So that you can have that sweet, sweet FOMO. No. It's nice. I could have a whole army of these Lucarios and they can all be best buddy. I'm fine with that. So that leaves Abomasnow and Audino. Let's take a look. Well, I guess we better do Abomasnow because it's... So there's Abomasnow. Nothing too impressive here. This one's pretty low level, even though it has the good IVs. But I do have a shiny... I am drawing a blank on what he's called. Let's go with... And... Ice. Snover, yes. So I have a shiny. Ooh, 93, that is a big, that's a level 30, 93. So that's already probably the contender right there. But this one, I'll definitely find somebody who will same trade me a shiny Snover and see if I can't get a good option for Mega Evolve there. Alright, so that leaves Audino, which is the last one that's in the game so far. This is the only Audino that he was even 3 stars, so that's the best one I have. But I kind of suspect that this one isn't going to be worth Mega Evolving. You know, do it once, get the Dex entry, and forget that it exists. But we'll see. Because I definitely think Audino is kind of a... It's kind of its generation's... What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? No. That's hilarious. Sometimes I can draw the blank in the weirdest times. Hilarious. Chansey. Chansey is the word I'm looking for. It's its generation's Chansey, which means I'd want to put it in a gym, and you can't like Mega Evolve it and throw it in a gym. That'd be pretty nuts, though. Like, hey, I want to hold this gym. I'm going to Mega Evolve an Audino, throw it in the gym, and okay, go ahead, take it down now. That'll be fun for you. Have fun with that. It's like a raid just trying to take down this thing. So the last Mega... Oh my goodness, what's this? That's exactly what I want to join. Let's see if I'm in time. Apparently I'm in time. Oh, I'm just late. Just late. Okay. It's funny that it will not warn you. It'll warn you if somebody wants to PvP you, but it does not. Okay, the last one's Diancie, which is Gen 6, and it hasn't been released in the game yet. So, it's funny that it will warn you if somebody wants to PvP you and not somebody's inviting you to a Mega Raid.